Nkuruma's idea has always been that black people who are found everywhere must always be in solidarity with each other because they are the most hated people all over the world. It doesn't matter where you find them.
Kwame Nkrumah was the one who started the connection of Africans and African Americans, and the oppressors was not happy with it, and they said he wanted to be the president of Africa, and they made sure he's out of office. They kicked him out of Ghana because the colonizer and the oppressor, they didn't want Africans and African America to unite. And for many times we have been speaking about the unity of black people everywhere, the unity of African Americans, the unity of those who are sold through Atlantic Ocean, the unity of all black people everywhere in the world, because black people are the most hated in the face of the earth. Julius Malema spoke about something about Africans and African Americans, spoke about black people. He is championing for the unity of black people. Let's listen to this and then we'll talk about it.
Can artists, writers, and all kind of people who are found in diaspora. That's why a lot of African Americans found resonance and found Ghana to be a place they can identify with as their home. So Nkuruma's idea has always been that black people who are found everywhere must always be in solidarity with each other because they are the most hated people all over the world. It doesn't matter where you find them. If you find a black person in China, give them love because you must know they are hated. If you find a black person in the US or even in Russia, you must embrace one another irrespective of the countries you come from because you are both hated. It doesn't matter how rich you are. It doesn't matter how educated you are. As long as you are an African, they treat you like a reject. That's why the unity of Africans and Pan-Africanism does not only mean those who are found in Africa. It means everybody else that looks African who's found everywhere in the corner of the world, because those are the people who have been robbed of their humankind. We also know that, I want to say this today here, that xenophobic people are people who suffer from self-hate. Because when you love yourself, you will never hate another person. A black person who looks like you should serve as a mirror to you. When you look at that black person, you must see yourself. And therefore, you cannot say the people from Ivory Coast are not needed here in Ghana. They are taking our jobs and our opportunities, because there is no Ivory Coast, there is no Ghana. There is no Nigeria, there is no South Africa. There is no Liberia, there is no Botswana. There is Africa, because we never determined these artificial borders. Some people went to sit somewhere and decided to divide us. And they did that with a pen and took away our brains, because there is no wall. In other places, there is no fence, yet we see the wall and the fence that doesn't exist. We are unable to break these imaginary artificial borders because our boss told us that we are divided. We are being treated like mad people, where you've got a gate without a fence. All of you, when you want to exit to Ivory Coast, you go to a border, and that border is a gate. But when you check on the side of the gate, there is no fence. Our people are living together. So Africa must stop behaving like a drunken master who goes through a gate in a yard that doesn't have a fence. It will never have a fence because we are one thing. We marry into each other's communities and families. We go to each other's activities. We share cultures. And I know for sure that the people of Ghana dance to Amapiano.
Welcome back. Now, Africans and African Americans all Whether black, you are in India, China, black in Brazil, black in Spain, black in British, black in Caribbean, black everywhere in the face of the earth. That's for sure, for sure, for sure. You are the most hated person in the face of the earth because of your color. Black in India, Indian black Indians, they are being hated by the other Indians too. So this means that the only way to beat this hatred is by us joining hands. It's by all black people speaking one language, the language of peace and unity. If you see a black brother from India and you're from Africa, say hi to him. Hi, my brother. What are you doing here? You good? You good? If you're good, I'm good. You know, unity of black people means a lot to this world. Unity of black people means that the oppressor will suffer in our hands. Unity of black people means that we will be overcoming the evil mind of the oppressors. They know why they hate black people. The reason being, one, black people were the first of the human beings to be in the face of the earth. Black people is the indigenous man. Black people has favorism to the supernaturals. You understand? You see, most of the black people, they can do hard work. They can do anything. They work under any conditions. They work under any supervisions. Black people, they can work under any kind of pressure or any kind of climate. They are not affected with any climate. And that's why black people, we call them indigenous people. Indigenous people. So, Julius Malema has a good message for us as Africans. Let's not be divided in the term of African Americans, Afro-Caribbeans, Africans. We are all black, and black people have to come together and say, you know what? It's our unity. Let me tell you something, my brother. If black people come together, Africa will be the superpower. And someone was saying, in these fine days, there will be war between Africa and these Europe countries. And that's right. Because when Africa will realize themselves, when Africa will start running its own affairs, when Africa will have its own dollar, we have our own money, not dollar, we have our own money. Can you imagine the money of Africa against the US dollar? Can you imagine the money of Africa against the pounds sterling? How strong will it be? It will be very, very, very strong. That's because our money will be controlled. Our money will be determined by the kind of resources we have. Oh my Lord. The US dollar is strong because they are using our resources, our golds, to make their money strong. Sterling pound and all this, this euro, they are strong because of our resources here in Africa. They use our gold, they use our resources to strengthen their money. What if one day we use our own money, our own resources to strengthen our money? How strong will it be? Just imagine. Just imagine African money against the US dollar. Just imagine African money against euro. They will not have a say on us. They will not have a say on us because we are very strong. Leave alone these borders you see. Tell me, if you go to that border, Julius Malema has told you, if you go to those borders, they have not built a gate or anything or a wall to separate us. We were separated through on a pen. We were separated by a pen, a line being drawn on a piece of paper. Can you imagine how they have carried us, separating us with a pen? Now we will know this is the border of Uganda and Tanzania. This is the border of Rwanda and Uganda through pen. Because there is no a wall that have been built. That means what? That means we are one people. From Egypt to South Africa, we are one people, separated with some few people who sat down in one of Lancaster House or one of a group of people. They sat down and decided to separate us. to divide ourselves to themselves, because each of them wanted, I'm separating, this is French, this is Spanish, this is British. And they told us that this is the border of Kenya and Uganda. Which border? Have you seen anyone there? Have you seen we build something there? Have you seen we have a wall there or a gate? It's a country that we are united. It was one big mass of land. One big mass of land. One big mass of land together. There is no separation anywhere. They came with a pen and they drew. They drew and saying that this is our border. No. We don't have difference between me and the person of Congo. I don't have any difference between me and Ghanaian. We speak, we understand each other. We have the same features. We are black, all of us. But we are being separated because of these tribes and everything. That we need to unite as Africans and black Americans. African Americans and Africans are every black and every black. Don't deny yourself. Don't deny being black. Deny being led by the oppressor. Deny being led by the border. Deny being led by the tribe. Deny being led by this thing we call this is our group of people from the northern part and we cannot mix with the southern part. Deny that. Never let the oppressor enter your mind and divide you by just a pen. Can you imagine Uganda, Kenya and Tanzania, we are being divided by a pen. We are not being divided by a wall, by a pen. That's how they carried us. And that's how Africans we need to stand up as youths. We need to stand up as Kenyans youths and Ugandan youths. When I talk about Uganda, don't feel bad about me. I'm talking about Africa. When I'm talking about Ghana, don't say I'm doing bad. I'm talking about Africa. When I talk about South Africa, don't call me bad. I'm talking about Africa. When I talk about Tanzania, don't say I go and speak about Kenya's affair. I'm speaking about Africa. Africa, we are one people. We don't have borders. When you are born and found all these borders here, this is not borders. Have you seen any wall anywhere? Have you seen any gate anywhere? The other side is just free. You can walk and pass. I'm talking about Africa. Africa is our business. The use of Africa. Africa is our business. And once we understand that, we will defeat them. And once we understand that, we'll have jobs. Once we understand that, we'll have better health and education. As someone from Uganda can come in Kenya and work for free without being asked, where are you from? We don't give jobs to people from Rwanda. We don't give jobs to people from Burundi. We don't give jobs to people from Uganda. Everyone will work anywhere and we will have jobs, opportunities everywhere. I can come from here, Kenya, and go to Uganda and work. Because we are not being separated by anything. We are all black people. And they fear black people to come together. They fear African Americans. They fear Afro-Caribbeans to unite with Africans because they know the power that we will have. Because they know how great we will be. And that's why they don't want us to unite. So think about it. Think about our borders. Think about what separates us in the borders. Think about every black people. Why are we being hated so much in the face of Africa? Think about that and you will get the answer. And tell me in the comment section, what have you thought? Let's unite as Africans. Julius Malema has given us a good message, a very, very good message to us Africans. And we need to continue the legacy which Kwame Nkrumah left for us. Kwame Nkrumah wanted us to unite. Kwame Nkrumah wanted Africa to unite. The Gaddafi wanted Africa to unite, and that's why they had to remove him from the face of earth. Because his ideology was not the oppressor's ideology. His ideology was not the colonizer ideology. They wanted a puppet. They wanted a puppet, and he was not a puppet to them. And our president, from now, they are surviving because they are puppets. You see how the Rwandan president is surviving, winning with 99%. People loves him. But him too is a puppet to whom he is. Tell me in the comment section what you think about this topic. I am the Kenyan Beast, of course. We are doing it the African way.